I see people say like, wow, you have like hundreds of reviews on these sites. Like I have like way more than any other consultant in the area. And I think You Can Book Me has helped me with that.
So I am joined today by Mike Brogan, who is the founder and owner of Mike Brogan Consulting. So, Mike, thank you so much for joining us and for being part of this customer spotlight. Tell us a little bit about what you do and then actually why you do it.
So yeah, my name is Mike Brogan. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I run an IT consulting business. It's just me. I serve mostly people, businesses, home users in the sort of greater Seattle area. And it could be anything from fixing their computer, their Wi-Fi, their network backups. Everyone's got technical issues, and that's where I kind of come in and, hopefully be the hero and save the day for people. Love doing it. Started the company in 2010. I was living in California and was working for a internet service provider, kind of doing technical work for them. And my wife and I moved to Seattle when she went to school, and I kind of decided, hey, I could either find a job or go out on my own. And I thought, hey, this is a really good time to try my hand at running my own business. And just started small, and just through word of mouth and through tools like You Can Book Me, just was able to sort of stay efficient, stay lean, and just sort of grow the business, and to where it is now. And now it's 15 years later, and super busy, super happy doing it.
And so on your website, it's very kind of focused on Apple products, but you'll do anything, is it, or is that kind of your area of expertise?
Definitely, yeah. I have found in the beginning I would do both, and I am comfortable with sort of many platforms. But what's worked well for me is specializing. People appreciate someone that is really an expert in a certain system, and I have found with my background and with the customers that I don't know, tend to attract, that Apple has been a good fit for me personally. So I'm actually doing less work like on the Windows side and Android side, and am focusing mostly with Apple.
Will you go to somebody's home, or do you tend to do it over?
Yeah, yeah. So I do both. I'd say it's about 50-50, either where I'm screen sharing, like the pandemic really changed that a lot for me to where I was doing it a bit before, but during that time I shifted exclusively basically to it. And have continued to do a lot of screen sharing. But a lot of people do want that like in-person experience, and I'm happy to provide that too. Later today, I'm getting in the car and I'm driving maybe 20 minutes away to visit a client and to just like work through some various issues. So I'm happy to do both, and I use You Can Book Me for both, actually.
And so what drives growth for your business? Where are you getting customers from?
Word of mouth is to me the best. I'm certified by Apple. Apple has an Apple Consultants Network, and I'm part of that program. And so that gives me some benefits like getting listed on the Apple website and referrals from the Apple Store. There are some things that the Apple Store doesn't do, and so they will send people to me. And then just through Google searches, I find a certain amount of clients through that as well.
What gets you up every morning and say, right, this is what I'm doing? What makes you, what's your passion behind it? And then the follow-up question to that is, what keeps you up at night?
I've just always loved like helping people. Seeing how people appreciate what you do is actually a really nice feeling. It's more, on the business side, it's normal stuff. It's like capacity, being a one-man show, doing everything from like customer emails, staying in touch with people. It's like, burnout is a real thing. That's one reason why I've specialized in Apple, is it's allowed me to say no to things that I don't want to do as much.
How do you keep lean and how do you keep efficient with all? I mean, you're using You Can Book Me. What else? What else do you use? How do you automate? What are you using for that?
You Can Book Me is a big part of it, honestly. That's like the number one efficient tool. I mean, I know I'm on here for You Can Book Me, but like that is honestly like the one of the biggest drivers of efficiency for me. Because beforehand, so much time going back and forth scheduling. A lot of times, people leave me voice messages, and then but if I'm with a client, you can't call it back, and so much back and forth. So You Can Book Me was really transformational. I looked it up. I started with You Can Book Me in 2015. So I've been using it for 10 years now.
Dang.
I was like, wow, that's amazing. I try to drive as much scheduling through my website, which is powered by You Can Book Me. And that I have like two different set of calendars, one for on-site appointments and one for remote appointments, because it's just like a totally different type of schedule, the length of time and all of that. Even like the emails that go out are totally different. So I find that works well, having like two different calendars. I use other software tools, like screen sharing. I have like some specialized tools. Apple has a screen sharing tool built in, but that works okay. But I use another one called Acronis Cyber Connect. I use like, even FaceTime, I use Zoom, I use Slack for some clients. And then, I'll use like some project management tools. I use Trello internally for managing projects.
And so do you hook You Can Book Me up to the Trellos or anything like that? Do you use Zapier to kind of bring all those together?
I think the main integration I have with You Can Book Me is going to my mailing list. So anytime someone books with You Can Book Me, their email address gets added to my mailing list automatically, and Zapier is handling that integration. And I use MailerLite is my
Oh yeah.
newsletter software, and that's worked great for me.
I mean, it sounds like you knew from pretty early on that you needed this to help. But what was the kind of the trigger for, and did you look at other tools that made you decide?
The company I had worked for before in California, they were using You Can Book Me to power bookings for. They were renting out some space, and they were using You Can Book Me. So that's how I originally heard about it. And yeah, I was familiar with some of the other competitors, and I just liked the clean interface. The ease of use of like putting it on my website. For me, it was just like I was spending so much time having to schedule with people that it was like killing my business. Like for me, I just need to get the bookings on the calendar. Like that was like such a huge thing. And it was so just I was just spending so much time back and forth with people that I was like, this is not tenable for me. I either need to hire someone to like manage my schedule or I need a tool. And for me, I want to look to a tool first because it's going to be more efficient and there's going to be more cost savings. I feel like the reminders are really important too. And then I also do like the follow-up emails as well. That's been really huge for me too. I send a follow-up email 24 hours afterwards, and I ask people to rate me both on the Apple website and on Google. And that's huge because I feel like I see people say like, wow, you have like hundreds of reviews on these sites. Like I have like way more than any other consultant in the area. And I think You Can Book Me has helped me with that because like it's just and it's all automated. It just has a link and it just very kindly says, hey, no, if you don't want to do it, no worries. But if you can spend 5 minutes, I would love like a positive review. And that's been huge for my business, really has.
That's amazing because it's a good point because when you're talking to somebody in person, it can sometimes feel awkward to then say, "Oh, will you
Yeah.
review me, please?" But to be able to do it at a distance like that and automated,
Yes. Asking for those things in person just you're totally right. It feels awkward. And it's just like if you can just do it in an email and make it a low pressure thing.
if you were starting again, or if you could go back in time and talk to the person who was starting again, what piece of advice would you give to somebody who was starting out?
Just on the You Can Book Me front, you definitely sign up right away with it because it's huge for efficiency. But just more generally, like from a business sense, I think like try to find your niche and like where can you contribute value. What's like a competitive advantage you have over others? Hopefully find something that you're passionate about too. Burnout's a real thing, and if you don't love what you do, that's just going to make it harder. So, yeah, find what you love to do, find the tools that are going to support you, find other people who do what you do and like form relationships with them. I'm very friendly with all of the Apple consultants in the area and PC consultants as well.
Okay, let's move on to our lightning round, if you don't mind. Would you rather throw out your phone or your laptop?
I would probably throw out my phone, to be honest. Even though my phone is probably more important to my business, I actually prefer being on my laptop.
Would you rather get a new customer or double your sales to an existing customer?
I think I would rather double my sales to an existing customer. Both are great, of course, but if I had to pick one, I would choose doubling because I just feel like it's just easier to have like fewer clients that you do more work with rather than like a whole bunch of clients that you do very little with.
Would you rather speak at a huge conference or make a new sale?
I think I'd rather make a new sale, to be honest. I've done some speaking and I've done some classes, and it doesn't always come naturally to me, speaking in front of a large crowd. So I much prefer like smaller interactions with people.
Okay, thank you so much, Mike. It was really a pleasure speaking.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Thank you so much.